Hello. Let's make a new project. And we want to use cargo benchmark. Let's look into. I haven't actually used cargo bench yet, but I would like to look into it. Right. That's not very useful. Ah, that's built in. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, so that's not how we write benchmarks. Anybody knows how to benchmark. That'd be okay. Julia. So yeah, we do need that. We'll just bring that in. What actually is it? Not a thing. Is it called test? Yep. Well, that's a load of rubbish. Okay. Well, we'll just skip that then. Okay. We want to use Emlure. Let's just use a bit of find. That's not useful. We need to bring in Emlure over here, and we'll use Luajit for now because we want it to be as fast as possible for our first test at least. And let's also add it with Vended so that we don't have to have it on our system. I believe the just in terms compiled version comes with vendor enabled by default, but I'm not sure. Isn't that useful? And to be honest with you, that does not look correct, but we'll try it. I don't think my LSP is working correctly. Good. Julia? Time to find out what we did wrong. It is because we are loading one of those. So we'll just get rid of that. Fine. Don't need those either. Okay, cool. That is surprisingly simple if it actually works. I get the feeling it's not going to work. I'm guessing it's just loading a. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll give it a moment. And we will just unwrap for now because I'm lazy. Good enough. There we go. Do we want to? I suppose if we do loop in lure, it's more fair. Because in the actual test, we're going to be using recursion in loop. Lure loop. I have completely forgotten how to do that. For I is equal to 1, 2, and yes, 2, and print I. Yep, okay, cool. Okay, we'll have a bit of a notch. We'll just do that. Function local. I think 25 should be enough. Print that out. Right, okay, that, yeah, that's pretty quick. Yeah, thank you, LSP, making our life nice and simple. Fine. Okay. Just browse elapsed time. That works well. Oh, my caps lock is on, that's why things are being so weird. That should hopefully be enough. Yeah, but I don't think that's accurate. I count at least 2 seconds in there. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? Start time. Okay, there's definitely nothing wrong there. Yeah, it's still wrong. And also, I really don't want to get the time from socket. And I'm guessing that's not going to be built in. Nope. Tried, but Okay. Hopefully this works better. Um, I don't think so. But on. Okay, I suppose so. Now then, if we make the numbers a lot bigger, that inaccuracy shouldn't matter too much. So hopefully, yeah, 25% of the CPU. So yeah, it's using up all the CPU usage it can get. So 12 seconds, and we'll just try a couple more times. It looks like it's going to give 12 seconds every time. So we've got two 12s. Oh, okay. Lua, Lua. Hang on. Luajit, embed. No, we'll just put Lua. Okay. Okay. Okay, we know that was that equals average of B2 to B4. There we go. Okay, we have the average time now. Okay, now we'll just use normal. Yeah, lower 5 point. Be more precise. I reckon this is going to be a lot slower. Yeah, that's already way slower. Okay, we'll just have to wait this one out then. I might redo or add more Luajit tests because it's odd that we got a 4-second difference here. I don't know, that just feels very dodgy. The things I want to try are Lua 5.4, and that is also Lua. I also want to try Luaojit and Lua. We won't even bother with normal Luau because I know it's going to be worse than this normal Lua, which is already really slow. Well, compared to Luajit anyway. Lua's a great language, it's just not the fastest. It's faster than others though, by quite a way, so okay. We'll just dodge this over. Average 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll plot our graph based off these. Tell you what, we're gonna move this below there because it's honestly just simpler. Or at least to turn into a chart, it's easier. Because then I can just go like this. Also, let's fix this. Okay. So that's like 102 seconds. benchmarks. I think this one's going to vary. Actually, I don't know. I think it's going to vary a lot, but I'm not sure. Tell you what, we'll just round all of these. And I really wish that had have just fixed stuff. But sure. E D. Okay, EDC. That's wrong. That's not very useful. B. Okay, cool. This could take a while. Sorry, this isn't the most exciting content. Got to get some of the benchmarks out of the way though. So, oh, that one is actually quite similar. Surprisingly similar, to be honest. Take a look at World Series. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Okay. That is a lot. That's a huge performance gain. Out of interest, what is this using? Run benchmark. Focus. What are they using? I'm just curious about what they're passing CLI with. Looks like it might even be just default. That's cool. Okay. Last one for Lua, which overall Lua, which should be the slowest. Hopefully. I don't know, maybe what have I done? Legit. Lua 5.4. I don't want to do Lua 5.4 again. And that's Lua Legit. Okay. Last one is Lua Legit. What is it? Oh, it's a dash. Okay, let's try Lua Legit. It's probably going to be pretty slow. Not as slow as Raw Lua, but it's probably not fast. So we'll have to get a lapse time in Rust as well. Because the other benchmark I want to do is against just normal Rust. I feel like that could be interesting to look at. And that one has changed itself. Thank you. Okay. But this can still be way slower than Luau, other than just normal Luajit. Is it Luajit or Luajit? I'm not too sure. So if you're wondering what the point of this exercise is we are going to be putting this into Lanai, which is my game engine. So at the moment it's missing a scripting engine. That's a typo. Okay, yeah, that was way slow. Okay, that wasn't brilliant. Also, I think we're going to remove ECS. Right, so 81, and we'll run the next, and we'll run the test again. Okay, could take a while. Okay, so let's just talk about that now in the meantime. So it's going to use WGPU. Currently wondering about changing to Tokyo or possibly Rust Async. SD Async. I can't remember what it's called. But for now, I think we'll stick with Polestar because it seems to just work and it's small. Everything seems to work nicely. So for now, just gonna stick with Polestar. But why is that in the lower? Okay, whatever. Okay. So at the moment, the structure of the engine is that the state is not owned in the way that I'd like it to be. So you can see Booster isn't actually a struct. Booster is just a module. Yeah. So the launch function just takes in a config and it just creates a state. So the thing I've been thinking about at the moment is putting state into a struct and putting world into a struct and putting everything in the struct with each other. But the problem is that we would need to create an arc mutex or something like that so that we could share it across threads and throughout here. Because especially since this is an async function, it will probably need to implement send. So we'll definitely need an arc, I think. And a mutex is needed so that we can modify state in here. Because this closure moves state into its memory region. Into its scope, sorry. You can see here, we're calling functions on state, such as event, and I believe, yeah, event takes in a mutable reference to self. At the moment, it's very unfinished. It can't even draw anything yet. Oh, that was 82 seconds as well. 82 seconds. Very close. So I'm currently working on learning a bit more about WGP. Just gonna try and run it. Also, I have checked this stuff doesn't interfere with the test, don't worry. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking into at the moment. So you can see I've got WGP up, loading 3D meshes, texturing, everything seems to be working. So I'm currently learning a bit more about WGPU, and then I'll be putting this into my game engine as well. Because at the moment, this implementation of the state isn't very fulfilling. There isn't much that happens in here. It just draws a triangle, which isn't very exciting. Also, it means that the user doesn't have much control over it. I believe I got the pipeline composer working, but I can't remember. And the pipeline composer is what allows the user of the engine to pass different shaders into the engine. Unless I just change it so that the booster function takes in a shader and that passes it down through state, but I'm not too sure about it. Does that mean you can't load shaders live? Is there any advantage? Might be another reason to structure of the engine, because I'm not too happy with the structure of the engine at the moment. Okay, we're done with all of our lure. I might as well just bring out a chart now. And it's breaking. Sorry. Okay. Cool, we're back to normal. Okay. We're also just gonna switch these around so it looks a bit less dark. The other thing we need to benchmark now is rust. So just for the sake of this, I will go into here, Emler and Bear, Fibonacci, B. Okay. FN Fibonacci. We'll just go with 32-bit inches for now. Well, not inches, unsigned inches, because there's no point wasting. Why have I started writing you? Okay, that's all fine. Else, maybe this does need to be a 32-bit integer, because I've noticed it says less than 0, which kind of makes me think it can go below. I should just be able to clone this directly, to be honest. Yeah. Black box we'll use because otherwise it will just calculate the value itself. We'll also wrap this in a black box. Black box, Fibonacci 35. Actually, that should be fine. As long as we wrap Fibonacci in a black box. Why have I done 2 Fibonacci's? Yeah, as long as we wrap Fibonacci in a black box, we should be fine. Okay. How can I get that? I can't remember if it was Rust that has a super nice feature or not. Come on, fine, don't fail now. I do have, to be fair, Find has been perfect for most of the time. Every now and then it has a hiccup, but literally I just press reload and it works. Ah, yes. That is lovely. I don't know why other languages don't seem to have that. At least not all of them anyway. Instant now. Now dot elapsed dot sex. That's there for consistency's sake. And let's run this. Okay, it looks like it is working. Let's also print out the Fibonacci. If you're wondering why we are using the black box it's because if we don't use the black box, the Fibonacci function will be calculated once, and then it won't be calculated again and again at runtime, which kind of defeats the whole point of the benchmark, at least this benchmark specifically. And this isn't the most accurate benchmark with, well, it's literally just Fibonacci, so it's not the most realistic, but it's better than no benchmark at all. It honestly looks like Luajit and Rust might be quite close. This one, is this going to be 10 as well? Yep. Okay. Okay. Yeah, those look pretty similar. What can we add? Yeah. Fine. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna change that. Different Lua implementations. Implementation speed. Advanced, vertical, total. Okay, elapsed time. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so we can see that normal Lua is definitely not the way to go. Honestly, this isn't the way to go either. I like Luau because it's safer to embed. More, it's just nicer and it has static typing, well, optional static typing, but it has static typing, which is really quite nice. But it's not worth the speed difference at all. In fact, okay, let's say C2 take away D2 divided by C2. That's definitely not right. Okay. Okay. 83% faster with just normal Lua JIT. It's really not worth it. Lua JIT versus Rust. It's D. Why am I comparing those two? Oh yeah, sorry, it was right before. Okay, Rust is only 25% faster, whereas okay, that's not actually that bad. And also, it's only a 2-second difference in this case usually, or 2 or 3. I think Luajit is going to be the optimal choice here. Okay, I might upload this to the documentation. Can I copy? No, I don't think OnlyOffice does that. Let's upload this to Lanite. Lan source Rust DLLs and Luajit embedded. Okay, How does that look? Yeah, good enough for now. Okay. The only other thing I want to try now is Rye. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So if we make world able to be cloned, oh, that's... So we're gonna have to clone on the side. Which, to be fair, you probably also need... Yeah, you probably also need to do the exact same for... What's it called? Done it. I've completely forgotten it. Oh yeah, because if you need to clone it, obviously you have to duplicate memory, so it needs to be a small clone. The only other thing I could think of is we could possibly, yeah, it does need to be cloned. No, it isn't just 7 plus sync. So yeah, we are probably going to need to keep our data structure small, really as small as possible if we want to pass around Rye. And imagine Lua does the same, which is the reason why Rust could be such a benefit. The only other problem is I wonder why Rye needs a clone. I'm just wondering if it can actually modify result.field prints1. What is field? Oh, I see. So yeah, okay. The problem is I need to define it outside for the engine and then pass it in. Tell you what, we'll look into that later. It's not important at the moment. So we'll also benchmark Rye. Also, we should probably add a workspace members. Actually, no. Never mind. It won't work for this. Rye then. Also, we don't care about the embedded folder anymore. Rust bench. Not Rust bench. Rye bench. That's Rye. Okay. I think they actually have a Fibonacci implementation online. Fibonacci. That's a better implementation. For consistency's sake, we're not going to do it. Oh, we're not going to... No, let's use it. Fine. And I'll optimize... Well, say optimize. They're not going to be optimized. But, point is, I will make them a little bit better later on. We'll just use night or something. I don't know. Good enough. Actually, I don't like that one either. Zero tone dark. Good enough. That one isn't that bad. I don't know what the... It's not right. Good enough. We want to go to 35, actually, I think it is. Repeat. We're repeating it 100 times. I don't know what the answer is. Okay, there we go. Just out of interest, do we have RyLSP? No, we don't. Okay, it's fine. Let's remove some of this because we don't actually need it. I do quite like these functions, timestamp. Quite good that they have that. I'm assuming this already does black box. At least same as Lua, it doesn't need a black box. Quite like that. Reminds me of Bash. Backticks. Okay, I do quite like that actually. Okay. Introduction. We'll just bring in engine now. Yep, all good. Okay. Engine. No, that's all busy. FS read string. Okay. Right up. What a lovely, useful name that I came up with. I'm lazy, so let's unwrap it. Not do that in production though. Source. That just unwrap. Yes, it is. And apparently we don't need that either. Okay, let's try this. I don't know what the speed's going to be like. I haven't ever tried Raspberry before. I don't even know if this goes going to work. But worth a shot. Right. Where did that go? Let's just shove that over there. Ah. Isn't that great? Yeah, overplayed. Why? Aerostate overflow. Main line 10. Feeling, yeah, that. This is mildly infuriating. I don't quite know what the problem is. Honestly, it's tempting to use Ryan instead of Lure if it's fast. Okay. Tell you what, we'll try that 28. Because I think that's what it was on before, and yes, I know it's going to do the. Okay, I'll be 1 second. Still not sure why this is erroring though. Tell you what, we'll just get rid of that. Doesn't even matter. Does matter to Rye. Back overflow. Yeah, that sounds like the issue I'm having. Tell you what, we'll just set it super high. Terrible idea, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, let's try the 15.5. Guessing in. Yep. Okay, let's just. I'm assuming we have multi-line comments in array. Hopefully. Okay, that works. And my key just fell off my keyboard again. If I'm less than 2, then return n, else self with n take 1 plus fib 2. Fib of 35, and we'll print that. That's not going to work. About 5. There's no way 5 does. I don't think fib of 5 is 5. Oh, never mind, maybe it is working. So, hang on. Uncheck. Also, oh, that's simpler. Oh, nice. And we'll just unwrap that for now. We don't need that anymore. I assume I haven't changed it back. 35. What? 38.7. 640. 38.7. Yeah, it's the Fibonacci function. I thought so. No, not the problem. is that I'm getting a Stack Overflow. Come on, just let me break the rules. Ooh, maybe it is. Right, so either Rye is super slow or Rye, I'm not happy with something I'm doing. So we'll just print out N. I don't think it's working. Okay. I think I made a mistake somewhere. So I'm just gonna go to bench. Okay. Fn Fibonacci n if n is less than or equal to 0, then return a 0. Else if n is equal to 1, give me equal signs. Would use return. I should just be able to do that. Else fib n take away 1 plus Fibonacci and take away 2. Okay, print Fibonacci. And it's broken. What am I doing wrong? Are they wrapping around? Can I do that? No. Right, okay. I really don't see what the issue is. Cargo R. Variable not found. You know what? It's fine if this works now. No. But like I should have known that. Let's try printing the target. If it ever returns. I think that the values are overflowing or something, because I really don't see what could be going on. Times. I don't really want to use dynamic. Can I do that? Ooh, okay, so it's just really astronomically slow. I've just realised I didn't benchmark any of these in release mode. Not the smartest idea. Okay, let's try the Rust one in release mode because I think that's the one that will actually have a difference. Oh, hey. So either it's insanely fast or the black box was just disabled. Okay, yeah, black box is disabled. Why? What if I black box that? And I also forget that. There we go. It's still incredibly fast. Is there going to be a difference? I honestly think there is. Okay, this might. This is. Did I run it too many times? How many iterations does this go through? Oh, it's doing 1,000, that's why. I'm gonna say something's wrong there. And it did it in 4 seconds. Ooh. Well, good and bad. Bad for Lua, good for us. Okay. Uh, okay, the only thing I can do now is try the other ones with release mode, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. I really don't. We're on Lualgit. Let's go back to Lurgit. It has the best chance. I'm honestly kind of concerned about right. I honestly don't care about the result. Let's even skip that and that. No, that's okay, run. Okay, I think I'm definitely going to keep around the idea of being able to write plugins in Rust because clearly they have a huge edge over. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, that's a start. We might be able to slowly edge these values down a bit. 8. Still not as good as Rust, but better. Right, this 16 definitely needs to go. It is dragging that average up. Of course, we get an 11. That one time. That's out with 7. Okay. That's just offensive. Whatever. Okay. You know what? We'll take 10. Right, okay. Lualjet, please go as good as Lurjet because I would really like to use you. Great if you just worked at the same speed. Oh dear, that's not a good start. Okay, yeah, this isn't a good sign. I unless there's a significant difference, I'm not even going to put it down. I'm honestly surprised we managed to knock off so much off Luigit, considering how little Rust was actually doing. It's just loading a file. Okay, that's actually quite significant. For the sake of consistency, we'll put it on. I mean, sure, Lualjet is way faster than normal Lua. On the other hand, Luigit is way faster than Lualjet. Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that. Wrong value. The value has the average hasn't been dragged down yet. Other two. Um. Oh, also, Rye did fail. Rye said variable not found. I don't know why. It just sort of died. Oh wait, no, that's my fault. Apologies. Take that back. No. No, I'll run it after it finishes. 58. That's really not a good sign for Rye because I think it took it like 10 seconds to do one iteration. Means it would take probably at least 100 seconds, which places it as bad as Lua. Like raw Lua, that is. Just Lua 5.4.4. I do wonder if the old Lua versions are better, but I'm not too sure. Um, Tell you what, we'll print out that every time as well. Just so we know when it's done one. I'm really not filled with confidence right now. still hasn't given out a single number. Keep in mind it was this slow on the desktop as well. Yeah, it took 34 seconds to compute one value, which means it probably have about 3,000 seconds. There's no way that's accurate. An hour. If that's true, Rye would be like up here. That one took 1 minute. That one took a whole minute. Sorry, that took 30 seconds as well. Yeah, 3,000 divided by 60. Yeah, it's at least 50 minutes. Yeah, so no offense to Rye, it looks like a lovely language, great interoperability, whatever you want to call it, of Rust, but speed kind of kills it. For me, anyway. For my purposes. To be fair though, that one... No, that still took 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. Honestly, there's not much else I can do. If it's slow, it's slow. Or at least in this case, if it's slow, it's slow. Okay. I don't think we should let that continue because that could be running for the next hour. Let's try the very last Lualgit. How long? I don't really trust this. Why is... Let's just do that. Okay, that one's 58 as well. Okay, still nearly a minute, but not that bad. Not a big deal anyway. And Lua's not going to change because we haven't changed anything. Let's get rid of the Rye column because... Well, I think we've seen why. Let's just get these their correct sizes. Sorry about that. Okay. Maybe at some point I'll run the Rye benchmark, but I really have no faith in it. I might make a GitHub issue to see if there's something I'm doing wrong, but from what I can tell, I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I think it is just genuinely the speed that it's running at, which is quite a shame. But I might as well just that. I would like to round these though. Okay, cool. Actually, let's get the A's and ones in there. So we could add rise support, but I really don't see a point. Okay, cool. Okay, army benchmarks are done. They're more accurate because they're actually in release mode now, which I forgot to do last time, I have to admit. Okay, think we're good. So my current plan, hang on 1 second. Okay, let's just open Excalibur. We'll go to that now. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we have this. We have state. Which is a function. Do prefer those ones, so we'll just change those. Okay, so we have an update function, and we also have. So we'll have a script or something. So this will call the script manager. Actually, it'd probably make more sense if we put script manager down there. Update, and we'll call the update function of the script manager. There we go. Let's also add an arrow on that end if I can remember how to. There we go, because they need to talk to each other. State can just call update. Actually, no, I think it does have mutability. So yeah, update, we'll call that. State will own world. So that actually needs to go through there. And then they need to talk to each other. So state owns world. We'll just add a bit of an arrow through there, make it a bit clearer. Not much clearer, to be honest with you, I won't deny, but to be fair, probably do that so that it doesn't the wrong arrow. Oddly. Never mind, that was the wrong arrow as well. Okay. Continuing on. So state owns world and script manager. When state's update function is called, it'll get a mutable reference to world, which will call script manager's update function, and it will also call lib manager, no, plugin manager. Which we'll just say goes through there. Just for the sake of niceness, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so state talks to plugin manager. Actually, let's get rid of that one because it owns that. Right, okay then. And then that talks to there. Okay, good enough. So, okay. So let's stretch that a bit more. Okay, So the update function is on Plugin Manager. It's called by Plugin Manager. Plugin Manager will load a bunch of libraries that are either stored in .so files or .dll files, and they will take an immutable reference to world. So the state function will call Plugin Manager and pass world to them. So you can write your plugins in Rust. Script Manager will probably be mlua at the moment, which I'm thinking that I still need to come up with the implementation of how to interop between Rust and Lua. I know that mlua has some functions built in, so I'm going to look into those more, maybe next stream. State, yeah, okay. All seems good. Let's use a single-sided arrow for that. Okay. I think everything is good there. So state calls update, which borrows world, and it calls for state of continuity. Let's also have that. Okay, there we go. So this will call these. Let's just add that so that we can show that the function signature. In fact, actually, say vec of fn of move world. Good enough for a representation. Because both of those will store that data, and it will call each one of those functions, and it will pass in the mutable reference to world. Okay, I think we're good. So state has its update function that is called every frame. That will call the script manager's update function, which will load its stuff with the embedded, and then it will also call the plugin manager update, so it will call the Rust functions, the ones that are actually wrote in Rust. And I think that should be quite good because it means that we can have more performance on the Rust side. We could also look into either just pure. We could either just let people say, "Oh yeah, go ahead and run away with your threads. We don't care," or we could use asynchronous. No, actually, I don't think so. I think we're fine. Okay, we're all good. We'll do more of this next stream. But for now, I think we've done enough for today. It's been an hour and a half. Got a new benchmark out. And we've planned out some of the script structure and how the plugin should work. We found out that Rye isn't a viable choice from what we've seen so far. And I think we're all good.